Good morning, friends. So we'll discuss some questions, sample questions rather. If we have answer, we will tell. No answer, just I will pass to you. ABA 570 covers inspection, rating, repair, and alteration procedures for metallic and fiberglass reinforced plastic. Options include polyurethane fiberglass reinforced plastic, process piping system that have been retired from service and abandoned in place are no longer covered by this in-service inspection code. Options include before in service, during in service, after in service, outage of the process. The intent of this code is to specify the in-service inspection and condition monitoring program, as well as repair guidance that is needed to determine the and maintain the ongoing integrity of piping system. Open book question, direct statement. It is also the intent of this code that owner user shall respond to any inspection results that require corrective actions to assure the continued integrity of piping. API 570 shall not use as a substitute for original construction requirement governing a piping system before it is placed in service. Possible 2 or 3 questions the same format. Options include ASME section 8.1 construction code, which was built option ASME PCC2, API 579.1 repair construction code, B31.3 applicable construction code. RBI probability and consequences of failure. API standard 598 value inspection, valve inspection and testing. Pressure relieving device repair organization for repair required option. 576 quality assurance manual. Quality assurance and manual API 598. Answer quality assurance manual. Alteration of physical change in any component that has been designed. Implication affecting the pressure containing capability of or flexibility of piping system beyond the scope of its original design. In a control loop bypass line where global discharge reducer changes from 2 inch to 3 inch and plug valve supply reducer fitting change from 2 inch to 3 inch. What type of replacement is it? Option repair, re-rating, alteration. Answer alteration. LOA material, we perform PMI of CS on special cases on loss of resistance of corrosion. On checking what element, sulfur, nitrogen, phosphorus, chromium. Answer chromium. Abandoned in place. Temporary outage of the process fluid is not considered abandoned in place. Erosion, corrosion observed. Which of the following? Overhead pipe of fractionator, discharge of pump. Answer overhead of fractionator. Corrosion special is considered when sudden change of corrosion rate, localized corrosion. Corrosion under the insulation, external chloride stress corrosion cracking, ECS, CC of austenitic stainless steel. Suitable NDT method, MPT, austenitic, magnetic, diamagnetic, LPD sensitive enough to detect surface cracks. RT cannot detect cracks. LPD. Piping systems that are known to have remaining life of over 10 years or that are adequately protected against external corrosion need not be included in any inspection recommendation. In table 2 direct question. API ASME 579-1 ASME FFS1 calculation in case of any repair. Dead legs examination points and dead legs level brittle strain point, vent point, low, medium, top, low and top from the first isolation valve and stage region. Answer is 3 from the first isolation valve and stagnant region. From NDT, what we obtained? Indication imperfection, indication only. On-stream inspection conducted by examiner inspector. Flash point minimum temperature required 120 degrees Fahrenheit, 49 degrees centigrade. Industry qualified UT angle beam examiner, a person who possesses ultrasonic angle beam qualification from API, QT, QAC detection and sizing test, or an equivalent qualification approved by owner user. Question in closed book. Injection point upstream condition 2 question. Calculation on condition 12 inch or 3D, whichever is greater. Downstream condition 1 question, 25 foot, 7.6 meter beyond the first change of the flow direction. UT thickness reading affected by lining present in it. Material verification program API 578-34 questions. Various techniques include optical spectrometer, X-ray fluorescent direct technology, minimum design temperature, minimum allowable temperature, MDMT, design metal temperature. ASME B31.33 to 3.2.2, determining the temperature from the material grade and specific is given in 1.12 question. Minimum alert thickness, flag thickness, retirement thickness, minimum required thickness, terminology. Urine inspection, corrosion evaluation problems, 5-6 questions. Post-weld heat treatment, 1-2 questions. Direct question, determine the temperature from material grade and specification. Pressure design thickness, various questions, no question. Problem asked from 2 variant of question. Problems asked from ASME B31 304.1.1 1.2 MAWP P to SCT by D. Converse formula T PD by 2SC. Outside diameter determined from API 574 from pipe schedule chart. Joint efficiency table A1B. Allowable stress table A1. Obtain value of Ks multiply by 1000 and substitute to calculated T actual T corrosion rate into inspection interval. Secondary process piping, small bore piping, SBP. Digital ultrasonic thickness 1 inch below required minimum miniature probes, special calibration, blocks soil to air interface. Two, three questions from zone of corrosion will vary depending on factors such as moisture, oxygen content of the soil, and operating temperature. Structural minimum thickness just given to confuse in problem. Repair can be scheduled and accomplished within the time period acceptable to the inspector and the piping engineer. Direct statement. Testing hardness testing 1 square inch. How many values? Answer 6. Performing corrosion under insulation. Once after 10 years, not necessarily require removal. Thickness measurement inspection must be most critical, and elbow would be inside of elbow, outside. 4 planes of the pipe, both inside and outside of the elbow. The inspector should consult with corrosion specialist when the short-term corrosion rate changes significantly from direct question. An ultrasonic measurement taken above 150 degrees Fahrenheit, 65 degrees centigrade instrument couplant procedure should be used that will result in accurate measurements at the higher temperature direct question. Magnetic particle examination, ASME PPBC section 5, article 7 liquid penetration exam, ASME PPBC section 5, article 6, RT ASME PVC section 5, article 2, ultrasonic flow detection ASME PVC section 5, article 4, article 5, article 23. Substituting NDE procedures for pressure test after an alteration is allowed only after the engineer and inspector had approved the substitution. Direct question. Four or five questions from the table including the problem. Class 1, Class 2, Class 3, Class 4 piping system classification definition. Class 3 on-site hydrocarbons that will not significantly vaporize during the release, such as those operating below the flash point. Direct question. Drag and drop tech. Question. Such options there is changes in pipe class. Anhydrous hydrogen, on-site natural gas, off-site hydrogen or to natural gas, nitrogen to hydrogen sulfide. Above is subjected to change in just for example, a real quite confusing should be carefully assessed. ERD testing and inspection intervals 5 years for typical process service. Direct question. Inspection evaluation, the long-term, short-term, corrosion rate, remaining life calculation. Required thickness determination, RCA required corrosion allowance. The repair area is localized, in the example pinhole. An SMOS pipe is not more than 40,000 psi. Direct question. Patches may be any shape, but shall have rounded corners, 1 inch, 25 mm, minimum radius. Preheating method, notch toughness testing not required. Preheating method, notch toughness testing not required. The materials shall be limited to P1 group number 1, 2, 3, P number 3 group number 1, 2, excluding M and MO steels in group 2. Include material on verifying ASME section 9 QB, QW, QB port 22. I don't think this P number 3 group 1, 2. This, okay, P1 group 1, 2, 3, okay. Control deposition welding method, notch toughness testing required for the allowed welding process in item C. Use only electrodes and filler metals that are classified by filler metals specification is optional in supplemental diffusible hydrogen designated H8 and lower. Carbon content more than 0.35%. Designation of electrode filler wire GTAW process E70S2. Inspection of buried piping, soil to air interface, soil corrosion, 4-5 questions. Pipe coating holiday survey, cathodic protection monitoring, clamp repairs. Close interval potential survey, the close interval potential survey performed at ground level over the buried pipe can be used to locate areas where the cathodic protection system may not be effective and active corrosion on the pipe surface is present or may occur. However, it may not be a reliable method for corrosion wall loss inspection since it can only infer wall loss from CP potential but not directly detect the presence of wall loss. Okay, this is for close interval potential survey is for corrosion wall loss inspection may not be reliable method, but that is for corrosion wall loss inspection. To locate the areas where the cathodic protection system may not be effective. and active corrosion on the pipe surface is present or may occur. Allowable stress table A1, weld joint efficiency table A1B, preheat 330.1.1, PWST 330.1.2, impact testing temperature 323.2.2, MAWP actual formula and converse, hydro test 345.4, pneumatic test 45.5. API 571 damage mechanism, nickel based. A family of alloys containing nickel as the major alloying element, greater than 30% nickel, including alloys 200, 400, K, 500, 800, 800H, 825, 600, 600H, 670, 625, 718, X750 and C276, particularly C276, nickel based alloy, where nickel is greater than 45%, amine stress corrosion cracking, boiler water and steam condensate corrosion, caustic stress corrosion cracking, sulfidation, sour water corrosion, acidic, soil corrosion. API RP 578 material verification program for new and existing alloy piping system, mainly process optical spectrometer, X-ray, fluorescence analyzer. I'll stop here.